all earned riches have their beginning in an idea. But my dear friends, is just having an idea a sufficient condition for success? If you spend the time, you can probably come up with several great ideas a day. But those ideas are meaningless unless you take action to bring those ideas to fruition. A couple of months ago, we were having one of those brainstorming sessions in our office. And soon the board was filled with good ideas that would address the problems we faced. But I was thinking, what would come of those ideas? In such meetings, we always experience lots of energy, high fives, but few results. Implementing those ideas seems so daunting. So I kept wondering, is there any mantra we can use to translate those ideas into action? While I was still in my quest to uncover the cloak and dagger of implementing ideas, I saw on TV the announcement of this year's Nobel Peace Prize winner. Dr. Muhammad Yunus was bestowed this honor for his revolutionary concept of microcredit and for his establishment of the Grameen Bank to give loans to the poor without the need of any collateral. Dr. Yunus came up with the idea of lending money to the poor after witnessing the exploitation of villagers by usurious traders. He surveyed the village and came up with a list of 42 such people who were borrowing from traders and were losing out on what they should earn. The total amount needed by all 42 of them was a mere $27. He was shocked. He felt ashamed to be a member of a society that could not provide $27 to 42 hard-working, skilled human beings. To escape his shame, he took out $27 out of his pocket and gave to one of his students and said, "Take this money, give it to those 42 people we have met, and tell them this is a loan which they can repay whenever they are ready." Dr. Yunus even tried to convince the local bank to lend money to the poor villagers. But they refused, saying, "Poor are not credit worthy." Ultimately, Dr. Yunus himself set up Grameen Bank to make loan availables to the poor. In implementing his radical idea, Dr. Yunus has shown himself to be a leader who has managed to translate visions into practical action. It is so true that an idea that is developed into action is more important than an idea that exists just as an idea. So I come back to the same question. Is there any mantra that we can use to translate our idea into action and make it happen? The search to find an answer led me to a few good books and articles. And I am here today with the good news and the bad news. The bad news is there is no mantra that can do the magic. But the good news is that after seeing Dr. Yunus's example and reading good books, I have identified few tips, few steps that we all can take to help us implement the great ideas that we have created or are given. First thing, the first important step is to record our ideas. How often has an important idea, great idea struck you, but by the end of the day, you can't remember what it was? Creating a system to catch your ideas will help you realize what an amazingly creative mind you already have. The second thing is to select an idea we feel passionate about. Seeing Dr. Yunus's example, we can see if we are passionate about something, the chances are very high that we will do something about it. The third action is necessary because it is the means to achieve the end. The fourth and the most important, hard work. The more effort we contribute towards our idea, faster we will achieve it. We must all remember, nothing is ever achieved by watching from the sidelines. The fifth thing is to hold ourselves accountable. Tracking our progress will ensure that we don't get stuck in the rut of inaction. And lastly, make it happen. The most difficult thing in turning intention into implementation is the decision to actually turn our idea into reality. But once we have crossed that point and made the decision, we have to just go for it and make it happen. Friends, ideas are a dime a dozen, but without efforts, our ideas will gather dust, get rust, and go waste. Entrepreneurs are often successful not because they were unique in having the great idea, but because they were unique in taking action on that great idea. Vision without action is merely a dream. Action without vision just passes the time. But vision with action can change the world. So friends, next time you have an idea you feel passionate about, please use it, make it happen.